Okay children, let us start the next lesson here, that is some applications of trigonometry. Some applications of trigonometry. Here we are applying the trigonometry to find the heights and distances. Heights and distances. To find the heights and distances, before going to that one, we must understand some concepts, basic concepts to find the height and distance of any object or any building or any hill station, like that. Here, before going to that one, we must understand three things here. What is the line of sight? What is angle of elevation? What is angle of depression? And what is a horizontal line? What is horizontal line? Here I will take one object and one observer. Here let us consider he is an observer. Let us consider he is an observer. Let us consider this is the ground. It is the ground. He is an observer. He is observing an object at the sky. Let us consider it is the sun or anything else, you can consider it. Here observer, he is the observer. If I draw a line which is parallel to this line, if I draw a line which is parallel to the ground, then it is called horizontal line. This line is called what? Horizontal line. This line is called horizontal line. It means he is observing a straight. I am observing a straight here, so it is a line, horizontal line. If I have to observe this object, I have to change the angle of my eye. Now, if I observing it straight, it is a horizontal line. If I have to see any object above this horizontal line, I have to change the angle of my eye. So here this observer is also changes his the eye position towards the up to the object side. When he changes towards the object his eyes, this line of sight, this is called line of sight. Here he is observing this object, so this is observing through his eyes, so it is called, here we have drawn an imaginary line. This imaginary line is called a line of sight. It is called what? Line of sight. Here an angle is formed between horizontal line and the line of sight. This here it is an angle formed between the horizontal line and the line of sight. This angle is called angle of elevation. This angle is called what? Angle of elevation. It is called angle of elevation because it is, he is observing above the horizontal line, so it is called angle of elevation. If I show by taking the another picture, that is next concept, angle of depression, here to see the objects which is below the line of sight or horizontal line. Let us consider a person is standing on the building. Let us consider this is the building. An observer is standing here. An observer is standing here on the building. So he is looking at the object at the bottom. Or let us consider here a ball is on the ground. He is looking at this ball. If we want to look that ball, here we have to draw again an horizontal line to the line which is it should be parallel to the earth. So this is, you know, it is an horizontal line. It is what? It is a horizontal line. It is horizontal line. Now he is looking towards the ground, so he has to change the eyes towards the, he has to change the position of the eyes towards the ground. So when he changes towards the ground, he is looking to the ground, so his angle, its eyes angle changes towards the object, so this is again line of sight. This is what? Again line of sight. Again these two lines, horizontal line and the line of sight, making an angle. This angle is called angle of depression. This angle is called what? Angle of depression. This is what we must know, children, when we are going to find the heights and distances of any object or any building or anything else you want to find. This we must know. What is a horizontal line? What is a line of sight? What is angle of elevation? What is angle of depression? If you know these things, then it is very easy to identify the heights and distances of any objects. Okay, children, here let us continue with the problems by understanding. As we already understood the basic concepts, let us go for the problems. Here worked example. A tower stands vertically on the ground. From a point on the ground which is 15 meter away from the foot of the tower, the angle of elevation of the top of the tower is found to be 60 degree. Find the height of the tower. Find the height of the tower. As they told, a tower stands vertically on the ground. Let us take here, this is a tower. Let us take, this is a tower. AB is a tower. AB is a tower which stands vertically on the ground. From a point on the ground, here let us consider this is the ground. On this ground, from a point, let us consider this is a point. C is on the ground. Point C is on the ground, which is a 15 meter away from the foot of the tower. So this point is a 15 meter away from this foot of the tower. So distance between foot of the tower and the point is 15 meter. This distance is 15 meter, and foot of the tower. The angle of elevation of the top of the tower is found to be 60 degree. Angle of elevation, as I told, angle of elevation from the point here. Angle of elevation means we have to observe above this line. If we consider this is a horizontal line, we have to observe top of the tower. To see the top of the tower, observer has to change the eye above the horizontal line. So he is looking at this point with an angle of elevation 60 degree. With an angle of elevation 60 degree. We need to find the height of this tower. What is the height of this one? To find the height of this one, again here, observe here we got a right angle triangle. When the tower, building or anything else, it is standing on the earth, means it always makes 90 degree to the ground. So it is a right angle triangle. As it is a right angle triangle, we know the trigonometric ratios. By using that one, here you can find easily height of the tower. So I will find it. You know that. Which relation you can use here? Here, this, for this angle, reference angle, it is the opposite side and it is the adjacent side and it is the hypotenuse. The relation between here, always you must know that, children's, one, when you are going to solve the problem, here you have to identify height of this tower. How you can identify this one? You must go with the known things to unknown things. Here you know one thing and here you don't know this thing. So what is the relation between these two? Opposite and adjacent. Which trigonometric ratio gives relation between opposite and adjacent? It should be tan or cot. So if we use cot here, sorry, tan here, tan, I will use tan. So tan C is equals to opposite, AB divided by adjacent, it is BC. AB divided by BC. So tan C is what here? Tan 60 degree. It is a tan 60 degree is equals to AB. AB we don't know, it is H. It is the height of the tower. And BC, we know it. BC is how much here? 15 meter. 15 meter. So tan 60, we know it. Tan 60 is what? Root 3. Tan 60 is what? Root 3. So root 3 is equals to H by 15 meter. Cross multiply this one, you will get the height of the tower. So 15 root 3 meter is the height of the tower. 15 root 3 meter is the height of the tower. Or you can solve it by using the cot. That is, again, cot C is equals to, cot C is what? Adjacent by opposite. That is BC divided by AB. BC divided by AB. Cot C is what? Cot 60 degree. Cot 60 degree is equals to, BC is how much here? 15. BC is 15 meter divided by H. It is height. So cot 60 is what? 1 by root 3. Cot 60 is 1 by root 3. So 15 meter divided by h. Cross multiply this one. H into 1 is h. So this is equals to 15 root 3 meter. This is what the height of the tower, children. This is how you can solve the problems by using tan and cot, because we are using the relation between opposite and adjacent. So let us go for the next problem here, children. The next problem is, okay children, let us go with the next problem here. The second problem, an electrician has to repair an electric fault on a pole of height 5 meter. This pole of height is 5 meter. He has to repair an electric fault here. She needs to reach a point 1.3 meter below the top of the hole of the pole to undertake the repair work. She has to reach a point which is 1.3 meter below the top of the tower. So it is 1.3 millimeter below the top of the tower. She has to put the ladder. So this is the second point, 1.3 meter below the top of the hole to undertake the repair work. What should be the length of the ladder that she should use, which when inclined at an angle of 60 degree, it is at an angle of 60 degrees. She has to use a ladder. When she puts that ladder from the ground to the pole, it makes an angle with the ground 60 degree, and at what distance should she place this ladder from the foot of the pole? This is what we need to find. So we have to find the length of the ladder, this height, length of the ladder we have to find, and distance between the foot of the pole and the foot of the ladder. This is what we need to find. Both we need to find here. To find this one, here we must know what is the length of this BD. We have to find the length of BD. To find that one, here let us find the solution for this one, children. Here solution, before going to find the solution, here we have to find the length of BD. To find the length of BD, here we know that AB is equals to, we can write AD as AB plus BD. AB plus BD. Here we want the length of BD. To get the BD, take this AB on this side, it becomes, so BD is equals to, take this AB on this side, it becomes AD minus AB. AD minus AB. So this is equals to, so BD is equals to, AD is how much? 5 meter. Minus AB is how much? 1.3 meter. So this is equals to how much? 3.7 meter. 3.7 meter. So the length of the pole, top of the pole should be kept at an height of 3.7 meter. 3.7 meter. So here we got the length of this one BD. So let us, by using this opposite, if this is the reference angle, it is the opposite side, it is the adjacent side, and it is the hypotenuse. It is the hypotenuse. We need to find the hypotenuse, that is the length of the ladder. To find the length of the ladder, here we will use any sine or cos. Here it gives the relation between opposite by hypotenuse is what? Sine. So we will use that one. So sine C is equals to, sine C is equals to what? Opposite, that is BD divided by ladder is what? BC. So this implies sine C means sine 60 degree is equals to BD is how much? 3.7 divided by BC. Sine 60 is what? Sine 60 is what here, children? Sine 60 is root 3 by 2. Sine 60 is what? Root 3 by 2. So we will use that one. So this implies root 3 by 2 is equals to 3.7 divided by BC. Now cross multiply this one. BC is equals to 3.7 into 2 whole divided by root 3. So this is equals to 3.7 into 2 whole divided by, here we have the value of root 3, that is 1.73. If we simplify this one again, children, we are going to get the length of the ladder as 4.28 meter. 4.28 meter. So this is the length of the ladder. 4.28 meter is the length of the ladder. So now let us find at what distance she has to keep the ladder away from the foot of the pole. To find that one, here we will use the relation between opposite and adjacent. Opposite and adjacent. So here I will rub this one, or we will take the here. That is opposite and adjacent relation. We know that cot, it gives the cot. So cot 60 degree is equals to, cot 60 degree is equals to adjacent by opposite, that is a DC divided by BD. DC divided by BD. Cot 60 is what, children? Cot 60 is, you know it is 1 by root 3. So 1 by root 3 is equals to DC. DC we don't know, that is what we need to find. DC divided by BD. We know it, 3.7. 3.7. Cross multiply this one. So 3.7 divided by root 3. Root 3 value is what? 1.73. 1.73. So this is equals to DC. This is equals to DC. So if we simplify this one, we are going to get a DC is equals to 2.14 meter. Approximately it is 2.14 meter if you simplify this one. So the distance between the pole, she has to keep the ladder at a distance of 2.14 meter away from the pole, and height of the ladder should be 4.28 meter. This is how we can solve the children's by using the basic knowledge what we have learnt in the previous classes. Thank you.